Hello and welcome to my show in the world of 480p. It looks amazing actually. So today I'm going to talk about nothing because I have nothing in my mind right now. And I don't know how the audio is going. My lips are looking fucked up. But anyways, what's actually happening to me is information overload. And what is that? So, curious people like me tend to search a lot of stuff, tend to read a lot of books, watch a lot of bullshit in the process. And in the way of, distinguishing which is actually true and what's false, so I do a lot. For example, I was following Owen Benjamin. Many people never even heard the name Owen Benjamin. You should search. He was a comedian and he got cancelled for some bullshit reason. Then started a commentary channel on doing his. I'm liking this setup a lot. I'm gonna upload in this. Sorry, there was an ancestral divergent for higher development moment, aka ADHD moment. But anyways, so I follow people like Owen Benjamin in online, and what ends up happening is I find out that they're shill. They're actually in the team that I oppose, which is a group of people who are currently committing a genocide. Please don't come at me for my fake accent. I try to fake it. It's not about faking. If someone's listening to me and he's from America, or, an English-speaking country, English is the royal language of the world. And if I sound like a person who is speaking his native language but in English, that would be fucked up. I wouldn't like someone who is English with his English accent speaking my language, because it would sound horrible. So I try my best to sound like an Englishman, and I know I do a fucking horrible job. But anyways, so I follow people like Owen Benjamin and a lot of people like Adam Green. He is, I can make an iceberg that shows different figures. And at the basis of them being truthful or honest, I rank them. And it should go up. And in the mid-bottom, there is people like Adam Green, people like Alex Jones, who propose against the system, but they are actually the part of the system that they, try very hard to be opposing. So this Owen Benjamin guy, he runs a cult where he takes money to buy land for himself, and he disguises it to say that I will buy this land via your money, and you will have no say to the land. He's owning the land in his name, saying that it's a community land where you're going to be able to do community functions and stuff like that. But in actuality, it's his land. He lives in a fucking mansion, which is essentially stolen from people who are his fans. He takes a big bulk of donation from his people, and he gets a lot of super chats. His cult followers are like troubled people, all veterans and hillbillies and racists, literal racists. I don't throw the word just to say it, but actual racists. And and also he uses all sorts of brainwashing tactics and fallacies, insulting, persuasion, all the bad tactics you can imagine to attack people. He says that hating is not good, but his Twitter and his whole career has been upon hating people. He hates Indians, he hates gays. I'm not gonna say it whom I hate, but he does all of this, and there is an 180-degree difference from what he says and what he does. He says he's the most virtuous, always right type of people. He doesn't take anything from anyone. He just denies. He just, he thinks that he's so pathetic, and you don't actually feel it. It's a state of being semi-drunk. It's like when a talkative person like me, when he talks, at a point he realizes that I'm yapping too much. And he does that, and he mesmerizes his cloud, and so essentially he is a man who is causing harm to the people. He's not doing anything substantive. So there are a lot of people like this in the truth sphere. And I'm very young, as you can see. Do I look fucking old? Whatever, who cares? But I say all of that to say that all this deception and double standards and agent and the plain sight and everything, it's a constant battle of information. We have to see different information, different point of views to actually detect these shills, conspirators, faking. So I do all of that, and I say all of this to say that it's a paradox. It's very, very paradoxical. Hard as fuck. And, practically and realistically, where I live, in a third world, obviously, can just by my settings. I don't know why I came into this realm of bourgeois, essentially, of America and English-speaking world. I wish I was a simple normie, living in a third world, being happy with what I have, just living a below-average life. Now my mind has shifted towards, or I want a future that's unattainable. So yeah, and so the core message that I want to give to all the people, the main reason I created the channel is to tell people that you have to be very, very skeptical and not take anything seriously, literally. If you take some guy seriously, a days a few later, you're going to realize that that person is a fucked up person, and what he was telling was motivated by something else. He might be an agent, a fed, whatever. So trusting is the first thing that you can't do. Because if you do, you're going to be doomed. You have to be a passive player. You have to enjoy the show, actually. You're not beyond anything. You have to realize the third world is essentially a cage where a lot of chickens are living. And at any time, they can be sold, they can be killed. They have essentially no rights. They have rights, but as same as the chickens who are living in a cage and soon to be slaughtered, just like that. And I know that. I know that I can be killed anytime by, powerful people, even here or from outside. Who the fuck knows? So the integral, if we integrate all the factors and all the realities, all the possibilities and everything, how everything is a joke now, and there is clearly, visibly, and was elite. Their name starts with the J and ends with a W. You can guess who they are. People can say, they're different faiths, they're from different colors and everything, but their central dogma is satanic, and Satan hates us. And these type of dogmatic statements and religious statements all feels like bullshit to a lot of people who are semi-educated, has a 113 IQ. But these statements, like there exists a devil, is a integrated statement of a lot of research, a lot of fucking around. We're also going to reach the conclusion that there is a devil, an antichrist. There is a timeline going, and there is no hope. It has all been prophesied before. We're not going to change the outcome anyway. You can change micro things. You can change things that are going to last for a year or something. But permanent change is impossible. There is something, and so in the timeline you can't create a disturbance. It's not like a movie. And another thing about the movies are essentially mocking us. They mock us with sharing the parts of the plan. There are movies like They Live, Eyes Wide Shut, and all the conspiratorial movies. One of the great movies actually is Network. You should search. And it shows substantively and in the long term, you're going to change nothing. History is going to go like water goes in the river. You can change the tides. It changed several times in the history. But then when you research, you realize that it all was a part of a plan. So the black pill is the reality. You're going to die. You're going to go to heaven or hell. So repent to God. You're helpless. Nothing's going to change. Things are going to get worse and worse. What you can do is you can change certain things about yourself, your surroundings. You can do these small little things to at least make your life bearable. And pray to God. God can only save us. That's the end message. Thanks for watching. And I know nobody fucking watches my videos, and who cares? Thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing. Thank you.